Hello, hello, hello. This is your favorite blogger, T in the Shade. I am here with my husband, Kev on the beat.
Hey, what's going on, yo?
And me and my husband were just sitting here discussing whether or not, because I hear this a lot, like Jay Elliott has said it. And just recently I was watching a video of another woman. But me and my husband are basically discussing whether or not all white people are racist. Me personally, I don't feel like all white people are racist. But I feel like if you're not part of the solution, then you're part of the problem. You know what I mean? Because to me, it's not enough to just say, you know what I mean? Because you have your racist white people. You have, like, we're in the middle of a race war. But to me, it's not enough for you to be a white person and just say, like, hey, you know what? Like, that's not right. I love black people. I love all people. I love all shapes, sizes, and colors. I just love everyone. And like, we need to stop hating and like join together and just be one and like, stop. If you as a white person identify that there is a problem with racial injustice, but you're not doing anything to help the problem, then unfortunately you're part of the problem. Because as a white person, you can't just sit in your home and be oblivious. You can't just watch Mike Brown laying in the street under a sheet. Or you can't watch Philando Castillo get shot in his car in front of his daughter and just say, oh my goodness, that is a shame. And then, cry a couple of tears and then post some heartfelt message on your social media and think that's good enough, because it's not. As a white person, as a white person, you know what you need to do? You hold the responsibility of doing things like going to your community forums. I know there's community forums. You need to go into your community forums. You need to march in there and say, hey, you know what? These black people are right. This is their community, and I don't feel like us as white people need to come in and try to take over their community. Why the hell do we need more Orange Juliuses? We don't. This black man built this barbershop that's been there in his family for 110 years. This black woman owned this salon that's been in her family for 70 years. This is their community. Why are we trying to come in and take it over? Go find some other community. Don't white people own enough shit? Leave them alone. This is their community. How many white people can honestly say that they've gone to these community meetings about gentrification? How many white people can honestly say they've gone to you know what I mean? Like, it's not enough to just post some heartfelt message, Q Anne Hathaway, on your social media and just be like, yes, because I love black people. Like, no, that's not enough, sis. I'm sorry.
Basically. And like, my thing is, like, I agree that, like, yes, all white people aren't racist. But like, me personally, and I think a lot of people or a lot of black people feel this way. Like, I'm not responsible for giving you your not racist cookies or your I did not racist stuff badge. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not responsible for like cheering you on. Yeah, you're good. You're great, Chad. Like, way to go. Like, it's not really my responsibility at all. Like, some black people might feel they might feel that need, but not everyone does. And if you don't understand that, then you ain't getting it. You know what I mean? So it's one of these things where I feel like a lot of the allyship is like performative. You know what I'm saying? Like, why are you here on this like black like empowerment page, like telling us black people like about this, that, and the fourth? And like, I mean, hey, if you want to do that, sure, but just understand that is time that you could be spent battling your own people. Like, where the fuck they at? Like, are you
basically like, I tell people, I'm sorry to cut you off, I tell a lot of my white followers, and don't get me wrong, I love my I have some white followers that are more active and proactive on my page and more engaged than some of my black followers. But then I get a couple of white followers every once in a while. They'll come to my page and say, why did you post that? Why did you do this? Well, I don't think you should have said it this way. Well, you should have said it this way. And whether they realize it or not, that's a form of white privilege. This is my black space. This is my black safe space that I've created to inform, encourage, empower. And you bringing your white face into my space telling me, well, you shouldn't do it this way. You should do it this way. Well, why did you do that? That's white. That's you flexing your white privilege. And it's disgusting. If you don't like something like I've done, if I posted a picture of, sweet potato pie, but you like pumpkin pie, hit unfollow, go to the pumpkin pie page. It's that simple. But don't come in my comment section telling me, well, why did you post this? This is the. that's you flexing your white privilege, and it's really annoying.
Basically. And that's like, for me, that's like my major thing. Like, I'm not, I ain't giving out no like barbecue invites, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not getting invited to the barbecue. Like, I'm not gonna be sitting here like, yeah, like, way to go. Like, no, like, you get props for doing what you're supposed to be doing, and that's essentially it. Like, yo, that's what's up. Keep fighting, and then I'm gonna keep it moving. Like, that's it.
Basically, and us as black people, we do not hold the responsibility or the obligation to school white people. That's not our job. White people need to be proactive in their learning. Okay? Like, if white people need to, just like I ask questions and I question stuff, white people need to question stuff. White people need to look at the broader picture. Okay? Like, there's this whole stereotype, black people are, the highest recipients of public assistance. Well, you know what? Maybe go find out why there's so many black people on public assistance. Go find out that back then when black women couldn't afford to take care of their kids, they had to get on public assistance. And the only way they would get on public assistance is if a man wasn't living in their house. So, our Panthers had to pack up and go elsewhere when the caseworker came by in order for them to be able to feed their families that month. Like, look at the broader picture of things. Don't just say, they on food stamps, the black men. I mean, come on, y'all can't, it's more nuanced than that. It's basically what I'm saying. And we do not hold the responsibility of educating y'all. I'm sorry. You need to be educated yourself. Just like as black people, we recognize that the shit that they taught us in school is all lies. Christopher Columbus didn't discover shit. He stole it. He didn't discover shit. Just like we realized that the first dwellers on this earth weren't of Nordic descent. They were of African descent. So we learn, we don't hold the responsibility to educate y'all. Go find out. Okay? Like people tell me all the time, like, you're so emotional, or you're so angry. If you're not emotional or angry, then you're not paying attention.
Basically. That's exactly it right there. That's literally it. So, I guess for me, I'll just end by kind of saying, like, there's parallels to, like, and this applies, I'll even broaden this and say this applies to black people in some context. Like, anytime you're a person of any kind of privilege, like, if you have any kind of privilege,
agreed,
you need to do the work.
Agreed.
That's what it comes down to. Like, me, I'm a black man.
Agreed.
Like, I'm not gonna, me as a black man, I'm privileged over black women in certain contexts. So, like, in the same way that I'm having this conversation with, like, white people, like, y'all need to go do the work, not expect cookies when you do it, and y'all need to keep fighting. It's the same thing for me as a black man. There's things that black women need me to do that I can't expect. Like, I can't just come into, like, a group of black feminists and just be like, I agree with y'all, and be like, yes, like, go ahead, bro. Like, no, like, it's not my place to come in and get those cookies. I need to be talking to other dudes about this kind of stuff. You know what I mean? So it's the same thing. Like, this goes for, all of us as Americans, we kind of have third world or first world privilege. You know what I'm saying? So anytime you're privileged, you need to be doing your work. We're all supposed to be doing work because, like, we're all born in a fucked up ass system. Like, we're all born in a corrupt, fucked up ass system. And for you to just be comfy, just like living your life, just not think, the least you could do is think about this stuff and do the reading and do the research. You know what I mean? So I guess that's just my final point. Like, I need y'all to not just do this when, like, it's an election time or a shooting. And this goes for black people too, but we're talking about white people. Like, not just when, like, a shooting happens or when you can make a public post. Like, what are you really doing behind the scenes to, like, get your knowledge up about systematic racism and, like, how you could, in whatever big or small way, help or just even learn about it? Because knowledge is literally half the battle. And teach your kids, teach your racist uncles, like, yes, like, I know you want to go to Thanksgiving every year and, like, not talk about politics because you just want to get along with Uncle Jim Bob. But, like, Uncle Jim Bob is, like, you know what I mean? You need to confront Uncle Jim Bob. Like, you need to put your foot down with fucking, like, Uncle Cletus and Uncle Jim Bob. So, like, that's it. That's all I really got to say.
Basically, and we're just going to leave y'all, with this final thing. If you're not, it's a cliche, but if you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem. Thanks. So again, this is your favorite blogger, Tea in the Shade. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button. I'm here with my husband, Kev, on the beat.
Yo, what's up?
And this has been Let's Discuss.